long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Like what we understand to be Star Wars, like the idea that like that only came from George Lucas, that only George Lucas holds the key for what we understand to be Star Wars is just untrue. And I think the prequels are an excellent example of that. I mean, the idea that like when you're hiring a director, that everyone is sitting in there waiting for George Lucas and not for the person who's going to know to hire Ralph McQuarrie, that's the problem. That's the misogyny and the problem with the auteur myth as it stands today, because they're not thinking this is the person that will hire the right people and this is the person that will be able to create the lookbooks and direct people to get them to that place. They're just thinking, do you have all the answers? And the truth is that nobody does, and anybody that says they do is lying.
So Holy Week started off with a bang. Lovely Palm Sunday services. And then I saw this on X. Leslye Headland in 2020 insulting George Lucas yet again, insulting all the denominations of Christianity, Catholic and Protestant, in particular, and insulting Star Wars fans who have legitimate gripes about The Last Jedi in particular. Okay. Personnel is policy. You hire the best, the people who are the face of your company. Because look, if you're the CEO, if you're the president of the company, people aren't going to automatically think of you. They're going to think of the guy on the internet, the showrunner you hired who's doing all of these interviews. They're going to look at the writers. Let's take a walk through history. Pablo Hidalgo attacking Harrison Ford here, attacking the character of Han Solo, because Pablo Hidalgo is an insecure, I'm going to say Latinx, who hates white men. Latinx would be his statement. Emotions aren't for sharing, attacking the fans. Star Wars theory. Matt Martin, who has decided to just give up writing good stories. Rian Johnson. Basically, this was a statement about the fake attacks on Kelly Marie Tran. Rian Johnson calling the fans man babies. Rian Johnson being an immature, alcoholic drunk in defending his piece of shit Star Wars movie, which had nothing to do with Star Wars. It was a bunch of purple-haired, DEI hired bullshit characters that were poorly written as add-ons to something that didn't need to exist. Rian Johnson, who treated Mark Hamill like shit, who treated Carrie Fisher like shit. You know, the context, I love the context. Well, you know, they got along great. Did they get along? Did he and Carrie get along great? Did they? You know, a joke is often the truth. Rian Johnson is an asshole. He is. You know, Carrie was kidding. But hire him because he's easier to manipulate and he won't cause troubles. Again, Pablo Hidalgo, your Stoke theory sucks. An attack on the fans by Still Saunders. Rian Johnson with the same sticker. Phil Szostak attacking the fans. Doesn't play well with others. And of course, we've got the token hire, the DEI hire, the diversity hire, Rain Roberts, who doesn't get along either with John or Dave, and is one of Leslye Headland's little trolls, who's a producer for The Acolyte. All right. You don't hire people like this. And you sure as fuck don't hire Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant. Okay, look at the baggage. Look at how she talked about George Lucas. Look at how she talked about the fans. Look at how she talks about people of faith. You don't bring up people's religion. And you sure as hell do not attack the man who created Star Wars. Okay? Personnel is policy. Hiring her was probably of all the big mistakes, one of the biggest mistakes Kathy Kennedy ever made.
Urinal cakes? I don't believe this. All these years, the doyenne of Seattle's elite, looking down her nose at everyone in sight. She owes it all to this. She's managed to have her urinal cake and eat it too. Hello, Marta. Like to speak to Maris. Oh, why not? Ah. She's in the final level of her guru's serenity training, the week-long vow of silence, day 6. No, Marta, that's all right. She doesn't have to come to the phone. Just give her this message. I've flushed out her family secret. Hello, Maris.
Here you've hired a woman who is a closet racist, an activist. She knows where all the bodies are buried with Harvey Weinstein. She enabled the son of a bitch for 6 years. Kathleen Kennedy couldn't care less. This is how dumb it's gotten. All right? You've got the big channels screaming Star Wars is dead. Okay? And yet, we're sitting here going, no, it's not. Look at the ratio. Okay? Look at the fucking ratio on the Acolyte. It's 500,000 dislikes to less than 200,000 likes. Okay? Yet here we are. Why? Because Kathleen Kennedy could never make a good decision on personnel. She gladly hired J.J. Abrams, who can't direct a dog out of a wet bag. She hired Rian Johnson, who happily fucked Star Wars up in the worst way possible, treated Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher like shit. Not to mention Harrison Ford, but then you think, Harrison Ford's an alpha male, Han Solo's an alpha male. The fans loved him. Why would you acknowledge? You're there to erase any markings of white people. And then, of course, you've got this. Leslye Headland with all of her baggage, Harvey Weinstein and everything else. And all the crap she got, Lucasfilm involved in, whether they wanted to be or not. Nefarious things going on. In 2020, attacking the Catholic Church, the Protestant Church, the guy who created Star Wars. Again, she attacks him and the fans. And people are upset that there are people who are mocking the Acolyte. Okay, and she's too much of a coward to have any social media. Because if she had social media, she'd be hearing it straight in her face. She's a coward, along with that. Okay, personnel is policy. You do not hire Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant to clean your fucking toilets, let alone be a showrunner for the greatest franchise of all time. Personnel is policy. Yet here we are. In the big channels, get away with screaming, Star Wars is dead, give us money. All right, this is a self-licking ice cream cone. And the fans have no answers as to what's really going on at Lucasfilm because Disney is too chicken shit to be transparent. And you wonder why people are pissed. I'm pissed off because I am insulted all over again by this stupid bitch. Okay? She has no right to say what she said. Why is she with Star Wars if she attacked George Lucas like this? And why is she bringing up people's faith? Why? Because she's a crazy activist slime-y cow. And we all get the brunt of it. Okay? You can fix the narrative about Kathleen Kennedy right away if you just come clean and be transparent. Disney. This is Steph, signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.